Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor, fratty, kind of out of touch humor, fratty, kind of out of touch humor.
You did it. The frat boys don't even want your beer now.
Why can't I say no? Each time you call me, I'm thinking, you're making me thinking.
Okay, now, so the Bud Light saga is barely getting started because remember when this thing went down, I said it's all going to depend on sales. It's all going to depend if the people can keep the Bud Light boycott going. And now we have some information here. Bud Light suffers staggering 17% sales plunge amid Dylan Mulvaney controversy. 17%. Like in Scarface, that's not peanuts.
Just the gross. 12%. It's not peanuts.
I don't give a fuck.
17% is a lot. That is a lot, especially when it comes to sales. And apparently that woman, the all teeth, no brains woman, apparently she's already stepped down or taken a leave of absence, which isn't fired, okay? It's not fired. Taking a leave of absence is like, we're going to put her in the back. That way nobody can see her. That way nobody can see the teeth and everybody will get over it and we're going to have her back there. But as soon as everything blows over, we're going to bring her back. So I have to tell the people out there, I think the only way this is going to continue is if those numbers get worse. And we, when I say we, I mean the people need to get it that unless Bud Light comes out publicly and says, yes, we fired all teeth, no brains, well then it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to come back because something like that is such a big deal. You have to make public retribution for it. And you didn't make people feel better for what you did to them. And that's the truth. Okay, so Bud Light has suffered a staggering sales hit following the beer brand's controversial marketing tie-up with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney, with the latest data showing an alarming 17% drop. Now, even I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I was thinking like 10. I thought it was just going to be like 10%, 8 or 10%, maybe 17%. That is a lot. That's almost a fifth of the entire consumer base that has just said, hey, you know what? Bye. We don't care about you. Bye. It's over. The latest sales data from Nielsen IQ and Bump Williams Consulting show that Bud Light sales fell 17% in dollars while volume dropped a whopping 21% in the week ended of April 15th. And that's just April 15th. Now, apparently, where do I have those? Okay, here's the other numbers. In the week that ended on April 8th, they dropped 6% in sales and 11% in volume. So that you can see it went from 6 and 11 and now it's at 17 and 21. So it's going up. See, so what has to happen is the people that are boycotting, and really, I don't even think it's a boycott. Like I was going to say, what has to happen is the people that are boycotting Bud Light need to keep it up. I don't even think this is a boycott. I think this is a consumer base turning their backs on the brand. That's all it is. So when you see these numbers, 21% volume dropped, I think it's going to get larger because this isn't a boycott. A boycott is basically something to where, oh, well, you messed up. You better fix it. And they better fix it by firing all teeth, no brains. Well, okay, you better fix it. But even if they did that, even if they fired all teeth, no brains, would people still come back to the to the brand, to the beer? Would they? Do you think? Because that's a big, big deal that you did right there in these people's faces. So when you really think about it, is it a boycott or is it a complete consumer base turning their back on the brand? That is a big question. Okay, meanwhile, Bud Light's competitors are cashing in on the mess. Bud Light lost 6.7% in market share last week, while Coors Light and Miller Lite are up 18%. So all those people had to go somewhere. And there was all these people talking online, well, oh yeah, Miller Lite and Coors Light, they've already done LGBT stuff. Okay, well maybe they have, but this isn't about LGBT. This isn't about trans people. This is about marketing. Okay, dude, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. This has nothing to do with trans people. This has nothing to, okay, with the kids, that's different, but you know what I'm talking about. That's different. This has nothing to do with trans people. This has nothing to do with LGBT. This isn't some kind of hate towards those groups of people. This is about a brand literally turning their back and going after a minority. And when I say minority, trans, LGBT, that's like literally 1% of the 1%. They are a very, very small populace of this society. Very, very small. So when you have a brand like Bud Light that majority is men, college men, and then you got all teeth, no brains coming out here saying, well, we don't want the brand to be fratty anymore. Fratty. Oh, you mean you don't want the brand to be who buys your beer? Well, then congratulations, all teeth, no brains. You did it. Great job here. Because that's essentially what she said. When she said we no longer want the brand to be fratty.
It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. Mm-hmm. And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor, fratty, kind of out of touch humor, fratty, kind of out of touch humor.
You did it. The frat boys don't even want your beer now. Great job. Okay, so Coors Light market share was up 10%. Miller Lite was up 11%. Anheuser-Busch distributors are meeting with the company in Washington on Tuesday. The distributors, some of which have canceled marketing events. This isn't just people going and buying beer. This is an entire image problem now. That's what this is. This is a whole huge deal. The distributors, some of which have canceled marketing events featuring the iconic Budweiser Clydesdale horse, are looking for a much more pointed and well-developed plan on how Anheuser-Busch might stem the onslaught of negative attention and sales trends. And this right here, this is the most hilarious part. In March, we're barely going to be May. In March, during the NCAA basketball tournament, March Madness, March 18th to April 1st, Bud Light was the clear leader of all light beers, up 15% according to Brewbound. But after the Mulvaney campaign launched, demand for Bud Light trailed other beers by 6%, and that was back in March. We are going to be May. So I think that 21% number that we heard earlier, that's going to be a hell of a lot worse. Overall, Bud Light's volume declined by 34% at restaurants and bars since April 2nd. 34%. But you had all of these people trying to defend it online saying, oh no, it's nothing bad. Everything's okay. Are you sure? Are you sure? No, you're not sure. You don't know. And this is even more hilarious because now there's numbers to prove it.